Hi, it's Tara Green, and it's December the 5th, and this is the astrology aspect of the day. You can see there's a lot going on here. So the moon is in Leo, so we're in the influence of the fire sign of the heart. Leo is the sign of the will. It's a fixed sign. It's about creativity, self-expression. It's about being a star. The sun rules Leo, so you want to be the star of the show. You want to party. Leos love a drama. So everybody wants to be king and queen for a day. So Leos, again, express your creativity, much higher energy, especially we're in Sagittarius season. So of course the moon is trining the sun. That's a 120-degree aspect, and you can see that's the first aspect happening in the morning. On the right in bold, that is Pacific Standard Time, and on the left it is Eastern Standard Time. So celebration time. It's Saturday. I know, who can tell what day of the week it is these days, but you know, it is. We still kind of resonate with that energy. We can't forget what our normal lives were about. So the moon in Leo squares Venus and Scorpio. So that's very deep attraction energy. Can be possessive. Can be jealous. Can be paranoid. Venus and Scorpio, very sexual. So it could be a time to really open your heart, open your body, a good time to dance, do some very sexy dancing around, even if you're by yourself or with someone else, or, you know, focus on something that you're really passionate about. You know, Scorpio rules the soul. So what does your soul and your heart tell you really want to do? That's the challenge of the day. Squares are not necessarily all bad. They put pressure on you. Okay, so your heart is trying to get in touch with your deepest feelings, and Scorpios, again, very sexual, very intense, very soulful, about the unconscious. So, you know, it's a good time to really tap into that as a resource. So then the moon will in conjunct Neptune and Pisces. Now, Neptune is Venus's higher octave. Can make you feel a little confused or want to escape. You might be feeling also overwhelmed by your feelings, other people's feelings, feeling everything about everybody in the world. So Neptune is the planet of escapism, of addiction. So be careful if you start drinking, smoking, whatever, too much, because your judgment's a bit off. So your heart and your soul, or your spirit, there are different definitions for what those are kind of not seeing literally eye to eye, like the eye and the heart. And your spiritual, psychic third eye might be it's like the radio is tuned to static. You know, you need to get yourself more grounded, more centered. The moon will trine Mars in Aries, so there is actually a big, beautiful, grand fire trine today. We haven't had fire trines in a while, so things, I don't know if you've noticed that things feel more energized in some ways, although I am still feeling that very, very heavy Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto. Saturn's almost at the last degree, pretty much, of Capricorn, so this is the heaviest, you know, Saturn is like lead heaviest time. I'm certainly feeling that. So the moon trine Mars and Aries. Yeah, Mars and Aries. No patience. Let's go do something. Let's get active. It's good to work out somehow with the Sagittarius sun energy, to work off any excess energy or impatience that you're having, frustration, whatever. That's all Leo sun trine Mars and Aries. Again, pretty sexual energy as well. So channel that energy. You know, if you have to, you know, do some martial arts, that's a good way, or go for a run. If you can, try to run without a mask, because you won't be able to breathe. It's one of the best, most beautiful days of the year, actually, because Venus, again, we were mentioning before, Venus in sexy Scorpio, where she's the most intense and dark and obsessive and dangerous, trines her higher octave Neptune and Pisces. So this is, you know, Venus is the wishing star. Neptune and Pisces is like, you know, the most spiritual, compassionate, dreamy, connected, telepathic, psychic energy. So you may be obsessing about someone you want to bring back into your life, or someone you're trying to get in touch with. Yeah, that energy can come up, but be careful about doing that, because it's not good energy to obsess about someone. And I get these calls from people thinking that, you know, there's some magic, quote unquote, fortune teller or psychic that's going to make your old boyfriend or girlfriend come back. And, you know, nobody can do that. And that's actually very dark, negative energy. And it's really basically all fake. But what you want to do is to get in touch with loving yourself unconditionally. So this can be an incredibly healing energy for anybody who's gone through any sexual trauma. You know, Venus and Scorpio is sexual abuse, rape, any kind of trauma like that. And Neptune and Pisces, not that you forgive people who've hurt you, but you get to forgive yourself and realize that you didn't do anything wrong. Neptune and Pisces is a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, and Venus and Scorpio can help us to release that shame and be really authentic with our sexuality. And again, under Leo, our creative self-expression today. So it can be a very uplifting, freeing energy. So it's also a good time, again, to dance, to sing, to make art, to visualize, to meditate, to put out your higher wishes. That happens just before midnight, just before the witching hour in Eastern Standard Time. It's also great energy to, really dance through your own Kundalini energy and set it out in a very high way, very positive way that you want it to. You're sending that energy out to the world, not for any material gain. I know this is a popular thing, masturbating to manifest Lamborghinis or whatever. No, that's really against all spiritual law. It is really all about giving your energy to help others. Okay, we're all connected. We're all interconnected. This is about tapping into the universal connection of love through our sexuality, because sexuality is natural. It is a gift of the goddess. So everybody has that natural gift and appreciation, and it's about self-love and all of that stuff. So it can be really beautiful energy if you work with it. Do pay attention to your dreams before you go to sleep at night. And then in Pacific Standard Time, there's 2 more aspects. These won't happen till the next day, and of course in EST or GMT, but Venus and Scorpio again in conjunct Mars and Aries. Now, Venus and Mars are, of course, the divine couple. So again, there could be some friction internally, just pointing out somewhere where you're out of balance. Mars and Aries, of course. Mars is in the sign he rules. Venus is in Mars' sign, so she's considered to be at a disadvantage here. So Mars and Aries, again, there's this impatience or kind of wanting to just be in this raw energy without maybe being very conscious. Okay, so be careful about that. Sexual energy is a very powerful thing, and that's really why all the taboos about it were placed on it by the Christian church, who were trying to control everybody through sex. It's the most powerful energy there is. So the moon in Leo, again, in conjunct Pluto. Again, late night, that can be power struggles, arguments, friction. My sense is people are going to be irritated, wanting to be in control. That's Venus and Scorpio, and being frustrated because there isn't much ability to be in control these days, because we're being forced to do things against our wills. So again, this could be a time when people get angry about what's going on in the world, but that's a whole different story. So those aspects, Venus in conjunct Mars and the Moon in conjunct Pluto, happen the next day on Sunday. All right, so that's a lot to deal with for one day. So I would really advise you to do some, in my mind, what I'm channeling is whirling dervish energy. Listen to some beautiful Rumi music, Persian music, meditate, do some authentic movement, which is where you move very, very slowly. You just listen to your body, slow it all down. Or listen to the 5 rhythms, which is Gabrielle Roth, and dance that out. You can do that at home as well. So use this energy, pretty powerful energy, a lot of fixed energy, Scorpio, Leo energy, and then all that fiery trines. What are you going to do with all that energy? So put it to good use. Venus trine Neptune, you could receive very powerful messages from above about where you need to go. We are ending a 29-year cycle as Saturn finishes up in its own sign, Capricorn, of course, and as Saturn and Jupiter reach the last degrees of Capricorn. Again, it's very, very intense to the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 19th of Jupiter, and then Chiron turns direct in there. So energy is very intense. You need to stay grounded. Be careful with working with your Kundalini energy, because you need to be able to control it, and it's quite uncontrollable. So be careful with that, okay? So sending you many blessings. If you want to get in touch with me, I'm at taratarot.com. Please subscribe to me here on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. You can also follow me at my blog at infinitynow.wordpress.com. Many blessings.